The primary goal of email integration is to allow users and queues to be able to send and receive mail in and out of the CRM environment. Some people don't realize that without configuration of an email server integration component, CRM doesn't have any ability to have email connectivity, so it wouldn't be able to send and receive emails. A secondary goal when using Exchange is to allow the synchronization of appointments, contacts, and tasks. Now that's not required. In fact, you could simply configure what we'll refer to as an outbound profile that would allow users to only send outgoing emails. You don't have to use the inbound or the synchronization features of the integration. Let's talk about some of the common scenarios that you might want email integration enabled for. Sending users emails from CRM, that's a pretty common one that most people expect CRM to be able to do, so email integration enables that to happen. Keeping contacts, appointments, tasks updated. This is nice because it allows us the single source of truth. So if I bring up the contact in my phone or in Outlook, I always know that I have the same information that I have in CRM, whether I look at it from one or the other, whether I update it in one or the other. And you can define filters at the system level or at the individual user level that control what data flows. Enabling inbound emails to CRM. So this is great for common scenarios like support emails. You can bring these directly into a queue where they'll just sit to be worked on, or you can leverage the CRM channel engagement framework. Using the channel engagement framework, what you can do is have it promote that email that comes into the queue and automatically create a case or other entities in CRM based on data that was contained in that inbound email. Another important scenario is tracking of emails. A lot of communication that goes on about opportunities or any other activity in CRM often gets lost without the concept of tracking emails. What tracking of email does is promote this in so that there's a record of that communication happening and it's associated to the CRM record. Email integration is also a supporting technology, enabling mobile scenarios and custom applications being able to interact with email and track and so forth with dynamic CRM. There are three options for integrating email with CRM. The first is server-side synchronization, CRM for Outlook, and the email router. Let's first talk about the server-side synchronization. Server-side integration is the recommended configuration for CRM deployments that are supported. We'll cover more of the specifics on the supported versions on the next slide. Server-side integration allows CRM and Exchange to talk directly to each other for the integration. There's no additional client or server processes to run. It leverages the deployment capacity that you have for your CRM deployment for communicating with the Exchange server. In an on-premise deployment, to give you some idea, this is part of the email integration server role and deploys as part of the backend processing group if you deploy it as a group. Most of this module will drill in deeper on the server-side synchronization option because it is the recommended configuration. This is also required for the new email folder tracking feature that was released as part of CRM Update 1. Using the server-side synchronization feature, users are not required to be logged into any client software. The server is able to send an email based on a workflow at midnight or do any processing required to bring an email into CRM without the user doing any activities. To contrast that, let's look at the CRM for Outlook client. The CRM Outlook client requires Outlook to be running. It requires the CRM for Outlook client to be enabled. So it's an add-on that goes into Outlook and allows the email integration to occur, as well as it also supports the Outlook client doing the synchronization with CRM for some of the key information. The CRM Outlook client, in addition, also providing email support, also provides full offline support and access to CRM within the context of the email. Users may still desire to run the CRM for Outlook client even if other email integration options are chosen so that they can have the access to CRM within the context of the Outlook client. This enables things like leveraging the Outlook personalization techniques for flagging and list customizations and so forth. The third and final option for doing email integration is the email router. This is probably one of the longest standing capabilities for doing email integration. It has the broadest options for supported configuration. So if you don't fit in the configuration options for server synchronization, email router is the secondary recommendation if you want something that doesn't require the user to be running some software, which the Outlook client does. The email router runs as a separate server process and requires separate installation and configuration before it will work. One thing to be aware of about the email router is it's email only. There's no support for task, contact, or appointment synchronization.